Hey everyone, welcome to another incmedia Live. I'm Elijah.
And I'm Allison.
Allison, can you believe it? We're already halfway through the year.
Right.
You know, it feels like 25 just started and now, boom, it's June, almost July.
Time really is flying. I feel you, Elijah. And with just 6 more months until the end of the year, you might be tempted to kind of, slow down, get into cruise control. But now is not the time to coast. Whether it be spiritually, emotionally, or mentally, we have to keep going.
Exactly. If you've been feeling drained lately, you're not alone. That's why today's episode is all about taking care of your spiritual wellness.
Because to finish strong, we need to stay nourished spiritually. And we've got content that will help you stay fueled the right way.
Yes.
So whether you are running full speed or moving at a slower pace, your spiritual wellness still matters. So stick with us because we've got exactly what you need.
I'm sure you've heard it before. Self-care is important.
Yes.
But you know what's more important?
What is it, Elijah?
Spiritual care.
Absolutely. Now, which brings us to our first piece of content called Spiritual Care is Self-Care. It reminds us that taking care of our faith isn't an extra thing. It's the most essential thing. Let's take a listen.
Right, and you mentioned devotional prayer. So if I can ask you, how often do you commit to your devotional prayer and during what time of the day?
Oh, I pray every 10 p.m. every night. It will change when I have task in the church, but I stick until it.
You stick to it no matter what.
We stick until it.
Now that is dedication right there. And I've also kept that same devotion to what I need to ask for with really high needs, such as a job or finding the solution that I need. But for you, Kat, and for most other members around the world, they set aside the time to pray, because if you were to break it down, devotional prayer to be devoted to something, you're setting aside that time, focusing in that moment, and in those moments is through prayer. So of course, for any of you out there, if this is something that you seek or you want to incorporate, consider setting an alarm clock, putting it in your calendar dates to devote that time. I know for me, I always hear my alarm ring. It's like, oh, I need to set the time to pray, meditate, think of what I need to ask for.
What a great reminder. Setting aside time to pray, even scheduling it into your day, it's one of the simplest but most powerful ways to practice spiritual care.
Absolutely. Now, just like how we plan our meals, plan our workouts to take care of our physical health, we're reminded of how devotional prayer is part of taking care of your spiritual health. It's how we refuel our faith.
Exactly, Allison, exactly. Caring for your spiritual well-being brings balance to every part of your life, from your mindset to your relationships.
Exactly. Now, what is one habit that helps you, Elijah, stay spiritually connected after a long week?
I have an alarm set every day for 9 p.m. for my own devotional prayer.
Nice,
It actually stems from my family, my parents, and we'd always make sure to pray every day at 12 p.m. together as a family, And I also recently realized my 9 p.m. alarm is 12 p.m. for my parents in the Philippines. So it's kind of like we're still praying together.
Look how that worked
out. I know, because my dad would always say, a family that prays together stays together.
Yes.
So it's very important to me. What about you, Allison?
Now I'm going to piggyback off of the, family prayer and how it's really important to hold family prayer.
Yeah.
Me and my family, we pray together every single night. And I feel like a part of my spiritual check-in is when we have our family prayers, because we don't just pray together and we go to sleep and that's it. It takes us about 20 to 30 minutes just for us to start praying, because we are sitting there either talking about our day, talking about, especially if it's a worship service. Yeah, if it's about if worship service we just attended, we talk about, the lesson. But I will also admit that I want to say a good chunk of that 20, 30 minutes is us telling our dog how cute he is. So it's like a spiritual check-in for me and my family, but it's also a bonding moment. So it doubles and it has dual purpose. But I feel like, especially given that my parents are a huge proponent as to who I am as, as a Christian, and also they've done a lot for my spiritual health and my spiritual well-being. So I feel like it's very fitting that we have that time together every day.
For sure.
So how about for everybody in the chat, what is one habit that helps you stay spiritually connected after a long week?
Let us
Tell us in the chat. I know I was seeing some comments already, for all of those who feel a little burnt out. I hope that this episode really does help you. So please stay with us until the end of the episode. I promise you won't regret it. All right, Elijah, we've been talking for quite some time. I think it is that time now.
Ooh, are we doing what I think we're doing?
Yep, it's prize time! Yes.
Okay.
All right, Elijah, would you like to do the honors?
Yes, I would
Here
like to
you
show
are.
off the first prize of
Let's
today.
see it, let's see
So for
it.
our first prize, it is a God's There t-shirt.
Love it.
And on the back, it says,
God's there listening for all who pray and mean it. Psalms 145.
no, it's in like this maroon color, kind of matching to you, the tan. Little bit. But how can they win this?
So you just have to answer this question. According to the clip, what's one helpful tip to stay consistent with devotional prayer? Is it A,
Write down your prayers every time.
B,
Set reminders with an alarm or calendar.
C,
Only pray when you're feeling overwhelmed.
or D?
Only pray during worship services. Ooh. And remember to leave your name and location along with your answer so we can pick you, because even if you have the right answer, if you don't have those, your
know who
name
you
or
are.
location, you can't
We
win.
don't know who you are. We don't know where you are.
Can't say
So
it, I'm sorry.
please include your name and your location in your answer. So while we wait, let's go ahead and check out the chat. See who is with us on this lovely. Wow, look at this new placement.
New comment box.
Okay, give me a second. I can't see. Listening to the new season of Making Changes podcast and watching the stories of faith features have also been inspiring us. Yes. To Zachary and Isabel.
New
like
Making
you
Changes
read,
episode
new
yesterday.
Making Changes, yes, and the new season has started. So if you haven't watched it, definitely check it out. It is a great spiritual check-in, I will say. It really does help your spiritual being.
We started praying together in the chapel together. Spiritual core memory for the kids.
Yes. Shout out to all the parents who are, building their
together.
children up spiritually. That is very, very important. My go-to for spiritual care is to put into practice all of God's teachings that truly pleases Him. When God is pleased, we will not lack in anything because He will bless us. Hashtag Texas from Brother Ron DeMessa. Yes, most definitely.
Hello, always prioritize your tupad. Prepare a day before and be early. What is tupad?
Elijah, how about
I
you
asked
tell
you
me?
first. You tell me.
Tupad is your duty.
Yes.
Yes, so always prioritize performing your duty. Yes, performance of your duty. So thank you so much for that. I set an alarm for my panata as well. Panata is...
We're matching.
Elijah, what's panata?
Devotional prayer.
Yes. So just like Elijah,
We're
all the
matching.
same.
I hold my devotional prayer at 9:21. The time is memorable because it's my birthday.
That's so cool,
Ooh, that's
Rajali.
cute. So nice.
That is so cool. That's a very specific time.
Yeah.
So I think that's really, really, really nice. Part of our kids' spiritual care includes starting their day right by thanking God and praying to Him for guidance throughout the day. From Sister Marie Weir from Fayetteville, Florida. Yes.
Hello, Florida.
Love to see all of your comments. Now that is all the time we have for right now. But let's go ahead and see that question one more time. Question? Maybe not? There it is. Okay, great. According to the clip, what's one helpful tip to stay consistent with devotional prayer? Is it A,
Write your prayer down every time.
B,
Set reminders with an alarm or calendar.
C,
Only pray when you're feeling overwhelmed.
or D?
Pray only during worship services.
And the answer is, drum roll please. B.
Set reminders with an alarm or calendar.
Round of applause for everyone that got that right. Thank you so much for participating. Now make sure you stay until the end of the show to find out if you won.
Yes.
Now, when life gets a little bit busy, sometimes we just need a reminder at the beginning of the week that we are all juggling a lot these days. Every single one of us.
Yeah, school, work, family, the pressure to always be doing something productive is real.
Oh, that is
but
so real.
if we're not careful, we can get caught up in the grind and forget who's actually always there for us.
So how do we keep our priorities straight? And what does the Bible say about how we should be ordering our days, especially when our schedule is packed?
Oh, great question, Allison. Actually, in this verse of the week, it reminds us where our focus needs to be, no matter how full our schedule gets. Roll it, control room.
Nowadays, it's encouraged to be highly ambitious and constantly productive. Many people are putting in long hours at work and also at school. And perhaps even you or someone you know are juggling 2-3 jobs at the same time. Maybe you're doing this because you not only want to take care of your immediate needs, but also to have something to set aside for the future. And nothing's wrong with that. But what should we prioritize no matter how busy we become? I'm Brother Donald Pinnock, and that's what we'll find out in today's verse of the week. Let's read Psalms 90, and the verse is 12. Teach us to order our days rightly, that we may enter the gate of wisdom.
You heard it in the clip. Teach us to order our days rightly. So even in the busiest of times, our spiritual care can't take a backseat.
Exactly. Caring for our spiritual well-being means realigning our priorities, making sure that God is at the center of our day.
Because when we give God our best, that's when we feel peace and clarity. It's not about having extra time, it's about making time.
And speaking of time, I think it's
Prize time!
Okay, I did it last time. How about you show off the prize
Absolutely,
this time?
I got you,
Okay?
Elijah.
Okay.
Now, I think it's fitting because I love this color. It's my favorite color. So let's get into it.
Ooh, okay.
We have this cute little, it reminds me of I always say this every time we show it. It reminds me of like a video game. This video game.
The font.
Truth.
The font.
Yeah, the font.
I thought you were talking about the color. I
Oh,
was like,
no. This is a lovely matcha
Avocado, dark green.
color. Yes. Very much neutral.
Yes.
Giving
very
neutral,
cool,
we love it so
very
much. So yeah, this
cool.
one has truth. And in order for you to win this t-shirt, according to the verse of the week, what are we reminded to prioritize even at our busiest times? Is it A,
How to earn more.
B,
How to save for our future.
C,
How to order our days rightly.
or D?
How to rest more often. And remember, like I said, to leave your name and location along with your answer so we can pick you. So even if you have the right answer, if you don't have that,
Yes.
can't pick you.
Sorry. So while we wait, let's go back to the chat and see who else is with us today.
More comments. Let's see if they left any advice for the question we asked them.
Yes. From Shania. Might be a little corny, LOL, but tuning into INCmedia Live every week helps me stay spiritually connected. Love watching the show and seeing all the brethren in the chat. I'm also not trying to be corny, and I'm also not trying to be biased or anything, but this comment sounds like a comment of the day. Woo! Yay!
Congratulations.
Yes, awesome comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right.
Comment.
Go ahead.
My go-to spiritual care is never miss fulfilling my duties and always present in church activities. Hashtag Teresa Merge, hashtag Kissimmee, hashtag Faithful Florida.
Hashtag
Florida.
Awesome. Hashtag, thank you. After a long week, I never forget to pray and thank God for his help throughout the week. W-E-A-K, W-E-E-K.
Ooh.
Yes, thank you, Sean Joshua Lopez. Great comment. All right, next comment. Next comment.
Spiritual care is doing my best in performing my church duties from Jacqueline.
Yes, you're
Yes.
tupad.
Tupad. You're tupad. What does that mean again?
Performing your duties, Elijah. Don't you know? Okay, great. From Almea, listening to hymns and INC original music helps me stay spiritually connected. It calms my heart, refocuses my mind, and reminds me of God's constant presence after a long week. Now that one is actually it's a really good way to check in with your spiritual well-being.
Yeah. Staying spiritually connected for me is reviewing the lyrics in my hymns before our next performance.
Hi, Aunt Crystal.
Hello.
I'm not gonna be biased again, but I think that's also a comment of the day. Yay! Shout out to Aunt Crystal, who is, she was actually my organist when I was in children's worship service. Yes, growing
Wow,
up. So
look at
shout out to
that.
her. We have Janina. Sister Janina staying spiritually connected with INCmedia shows and INCmedia Live every Fridays. Yes! So glad this could be a spiritual check-in for everyone.
Yeah. Habit at the end of the week, reflect together as a family on God's goodness and grace. Yes.
I love family spiritual check-ins.
Yeah.
They're awesome. We got one more comment coming in from Miles, our INCmedia Live superfan. One habit that helps me stay spiritually connected is always remembering to hold devotional prayers in both good and bad times.
Ooh, yeah.
And always uniting in our INC family hour. Thank you, Miles, for
yes,
that.
thank you.
Now that was enough time for all of our comments. Thank you so much. But let's go and see that question one last time. According to that verse of the week, what are we reminded to prioritize even at our busiest times? Is it A,
How to earn more.
B,
How to save for our future.
C,
How to order our days rightly.
or D?
How to rest more often.
And the answer is
C. How to order our days rightly. So hopefully you guys got that one correct. Allison,
Yes.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever catch yourself just scrolling through social media and suddenly you feel like you're behind in life?
Oof.
You know, like everyone else is reaching milestones and you're still figuring things out.
Yes, most definitely. I feel like a lot of us might feel that way. A lot of us are in our early 20s.
Yes.
It's tough to not, it's tough to compare, and it's really easy to fall into that trap of comparison, especially when you see all over social media everyone's highlight reel of life. But that constant measuring can steal your peace, blur your purpose, and really take a toll on your spiritual wellness.
Exactly, Allison. But what if the answer isn't to keep chasing, but to start appreciating, to take a look at your own path and your own progress?
Yes, and that is why this next piece of content is so refreshing. Our very own Kez G reminds us to let go of comparison, embrace your own journey, and focus on what really matters. And actually, we are so happy to have her here with us today, Kez!
Hi, Kez! Hi, everyone. Say hi to Kez!
Hi, Allison. Hi, Elijah. It's so good to see you guys again.
Yes, good morning to you.
Yes,
Thank you for
how's
being here
everything
with
going
us.
on, on this Friday afternoon for us, Saturday morning,
Saturday
right?
morning. Yes.
Saturday morning for me, and just the FYI, it is winter here in the Southern Hemisphere.
Ooh.
That's why I'm wearing my Truth jumper.
Truth
It is
rocking
really
the
cold.
Truth gear.
Yes, love it. Awesome. Well, we are so happy to have you here with us. I wish you could be here with us in person,
Yes.
but you being here with us virtually is also awesome. So thank you again. Now we're talking about taking care of your spiritual wellness, and your blog talks about embracing your own journey and not comparing yourself to others. So for those who haven't read the blog just yet, what are some main points that you can talk about with us right now?
So in the blog, I always focus on comparison, because with comparison, it's something that we all are guilty of. We look at other people's highlights, and as much as we're happy for them, we think to ourselves, why don't I have that? Like, oh, I wish I had that. Oh, I wish I was like that person. But like that can actually hurt us, because you're not focusing on what you should, on your own, achievements. You're focusing on others, and you just start negating your own achievements, which leads us to the next point in my blog, which is to actually sit and have a wall of highlights. So what I mean by a wall of highlights is, that's where you look at the little things in your life. It doesn't have to be big milestones. It could be little things, such as you got an A in your test, you got a praise from your boss, or for me personally, I literally have a shelf of highlights, and that's like my family, and like all the little trinkets that I went to on holiday with them, because that to me is important, and those are achievements for me.
Highlight shelf.
So find your wall of highlights,
or highlight shelf.
Yes, find your wall of highlights.
Yeah.
Highlight shelf, exactly. It doesn't have. It could be virtual. It could be digital. I know, Allison, you like to do your monthly dumps on Instagram.
Yes, I do.
Those are also wall of highlights, because you highlight the beautiful things and the blessings throughout the month.
Yes.
That is also a wall of highlights. And of course, when you are thinking about your achievements, you always have to remember the teachings in our worship services in the Church of Christ.
Yes.
And the one thing is, God controls your timeline.
Yes.
So don't worry if you don't have something that you really want. God will provide it for you in His time. So always listen to our teachings in the worship service.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
The last thing, there's so many things, but let's summarize it.
Yes.
Don't
No,
compare yourself to others.
Yes.
Focus on your wall of highlights, and choose the right influencer, which is our Lord God, always. And always be grateful, whether that's thinking about all the blessings that you have for the day, journaling about it. I know some people in the comments were saying you should journal and be grateful. Those are just things that I have on the blog, but those are the things that really helps me, so I hope that could also help you.
Yes, most definitely. That attitude of gratitude is what we really need in, when we're feeling a little burnt out, we're a little bit tired. So thank you so much for all of those things. And please, if you have not read the blog, definitely go check it out. Kez has a bunch of great things on there. But thank you so much for sharing that little snippet of it all. I really love the part where you're talking about your highlight wall. And I also really like that you actually showed us your highlight wall, showed us your highlight shelf, because it's really nice to see all of those moments of growth, joy, and gratitude.
Yeah, that shift of mindset from comparison to appreciation can make all the difference. So for all of you guys in the chat, how do you make sure you don't fall into the comparison trap? Share your tips in the chat. And actually, Kez, I'd like to ask you, what are your tips?
Okay, myself is, I actually look at my blog.
Ooh.
Oh,
okay.
all right.
I forget what
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
And also, it's just to remember. Yeah, just to remember as well to just be grateful as well.
Yeah.
If I see something that I want to achieve for, I will say, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
We'll get there when I get there. And
Yes.
that just puts so much pressure.
Yes,
Yeah.
most definitely. All right.
Okay.
I think I hear something.
Prize time.
It's prize time. All right, Kez, do you mind sticking around and helping us with prize time? Hopefully, if she can hear
Hopefully.
us. I think she'll still be here. So, first, let's actually show them what they can win.
Yes,
Elijah.
for the prize time,
Let's see it.
they
Let's
can
see
win
it.
this Trust in Him t-shirt.
Love it.
You know, it's in a
Yes.
maroon color, and on the back it has this verse that says,
Now may God, the inspiration and fountain of hope, fill you to overflowing with uncontainable joy and perfect peace as you trust in Him. Romans 15.
yes.
So it's a really, really
Cool.
nice t-shirt. So
How
you
can
can
they win
win
this
this
outfit?
one. All you have to do is answer this question. According to the blog, what is one way to fight the negative effects of constantly comparing your life to others? Is it A,
Post more often on social media.
B,
Unfollow everyone.
C,
Focus on your own highlight wall and show gratitude.
or D?
Take a break from setting goals. And remember to leave your name and location along with your answer.
Like you've been saying this entire time.
Entire
Elijah.
time,
So
repeating
hopefully,
it.
hopefully our friends don't forget. Now, while we wait, let's head over to the chat and see who is with us.
Kez,
Hi,
would you like
Kez.
to read
Kez
some
is
comments
here.
with us?
All right, let's see if Kez, can you read? Can you read
Hi,
the
can
special
you hear me?
comment? Yes, we can hear you.
Read the special comment.
Let's read the special comment from someone very special. Kez. Oh, let's see.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, this is actually Kez's dad.
Oh.
There she is.
She was so
Kez's
excited.
dad.
She-
Yes, she got so excited. From Brother Seth. Good morning to INCmedia Live from New South Wales District, Australia. Hello, Kez, and to our INCmedia Live host. God bless. Thank you, Bok.
Thank you,
Seth,
Bok.
for being here with us today.
Let's read the next
see.
one. Love, Sister Kez.
Jumpa.
Jumpa.
Jumpa. Yes. Over here we call
A
it
true
sweaters, but
jumpa.
jumpa is way
Crew
cooler.
neck.
From Emilu Sanchez, for us to not fall into comparison trap, I believe that God blessed us in different ways, and the blessings I receive from Him is enough and usually more than what I prayed for.
Yes.
So true.
Kez, can you read this next one?
Let's see.
I have confidence
Yeah, I
that-
can.
Oh, she
you
can.
Go,
Okay,
go,
great.
go. Sorry for cutting you off.
Go ahead,
I
Kez.
can.
Yes,
Just give me a second. I think Australia's a little too much into the future.
Oh, Australia's
Oh.
a little too, it's a little too far.
A little too
far.
It's
A little too
winter.
far ahead.
It's winter. So Elijah, do you mind reading?
I have confidence that that what God wants for me will come to me, so I just have to be patient.
Yes. Yes, we are on God's timeline. We are on God's timeline. Oh, here we go. Here we go with the.
Kez, this is your turn. This is your
Kez,
turn.
you got it? Hopefully.
Okay, from Rod Kahayag, Wellness Check. We enjoy living life, duly energized and strengthened, so create healthy experience. Finest.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Yes. Here we are with the acronyms are awesome.
Oh,
From Almea. I nurture connection through moments. Oh,
it's another one.
It's another acronym.
another
Sorry,
one.
I can't read. INCmedia Live. I nurture connection through moments of encouragement, devotion, inspiration, attending lessons,
Ooh.
inviting God daily, valuing worship, and expressing faith in action.
Ooh.
Wow, look at all these. Look at all these acronyms.
Queer Rod has some competition.
Yeah,
he has some
you know what?
competition.
He's inspiring. He is
He's
inspiring
inspiring.
others to try their
Follow
best
his
at the
lead,
acronyms.
yeah.
Yes, thank you so much.
Comments. I love our locale and the spiritual maturity of the brethren. We all travel many hours to get to the place of worship, and despite the weather, the officers are always nice and early, ready to serve.
I'm really curious where Romar is from.
Yeah.
I want to know. Yes.
Maybe Kez
All
can
right.
read the next one?
Kez, you want to read this one?
Yes. Oh, that's from my friend May, one of my favorite INC blogs. Thank you so
Oh.
much, May. You're
Yes.
awesome.
Please
also,
read it if you
just
haven't.
from the previous comment.
Mm-hmm.
From Romar, that's actually from Victoria, Australia,
Ooh.
Shepperton.
Wow.
Hello, Australia. Thank you
Hello,
for joining us.
Australia.
I wonder how far the travels are.
I know.
A lot of Australians
Love our
who are
Australian
here
audience.
because they know that you are here, Kez. So thank you so much again. From Daniel FC, I stay spiritually strong by watching the incmedia live show.
Ooh.
I have 2 reminders on my phone, 2 hours
Ooh.
and 1 hour before the show to connect and comment. That's why I'm always first to come.
He is.
We can confirm
true,
that.
this is true, yeah.
This is so true. Yes, thank you for being here with us every Friday. All right, we have one more.
My day. Or can you read this last one?
Guys, you want to read it?
I think I can.
Okay, great.
Yes?
Yeah.
My daily spiritual habit is doing good deeds in my work, relations with people I meet, and thanking God for giving me the opportunity to help others from Ediola Luvara. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for all of your comments. I think that was plenty of time. So let's see that question one more time. Kez, maybe you can read this one.
I think I can. We've caught up with the times. What is one way to fight the negative effects of constantly comparing yourself to others? Is it A, post more often on social media? B, unfollow everyone? C, focus on your own highlight wall and show gratitude? Or D, take a break from setting goals? And the answer is, drum roll please. C.
Focus on your own highlight
Focus on your own highlight wall and show gratitude.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Kez, for being here with us. I know it was a little tough with all the technical difficulties, but thank you to everyone who's continued watching. And thank you, Kez, for being here with us. Now, before you go and you continue on with your Saturday, would you like to give any shout outs to anybody?
Of course. First of all, I wanted to shout out my mom and dad. They're always watching. Say hi, mom and dad. I also wanted to shout out my district of Victoria, Australia.
Yes,
Shepparton, especially the local Shepparton. Thank you so much for logging on. And of course to my ate, Karen, and my kuya, Carlo. And my friends, PJ and May and McGill. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And Allison and Elijah. Always nice hosting with you. See you guys next time.
Please come back and visit us, Kez. All right, we'll see you.
In person.
I will.
Yes, bye. We'll see you.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Wow, I love when Kez is on with us,
know.
whether it be hosting
person.
virtually, in person, or even in the chat. She's always so much fun.
Yes.
So I believe we are reaching the end of our show, but before we conclude, let's go back to the chat one last time before we announce our winners.
Okay, let's read some comments.
Yes. All right, comments, there you go. That was one we read right before. Go
To
ahead.
avoid falling in the comparison trap, I try to reduce my screen time and checking other people's highlights. Instead, follow pages that promotes positivity and enables me to work on my own highlights. From Hannelore.
Great piece of advice. I really
Great
like that.
advice, yeah.
Awesome. From Melissa Benedicto, I try not to compare my children between each other. They are each individually special. But I heard it's actually her birthday today, so can we get some streamers?
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to
Happy
Melissa!
birthday.
Yay! Hopefully you get to celebrate with your children and not compare them. Okay, go ahead.
Our membership in the Church of Christ already makes us among the most blessed. Greetings from Shepparton, Victoria, Australia, from William. Yeah. A lot of Kez's locales showing up for her.
Shout out to everybody over there in Shepparton.
Shepparton.
And Victoria,
Shepparton.
was it Victoria, Australia?
Yes, Victoria, Australia.
Okay, last one. We have a family devotional prayer at the chapel every Thursday night right after worship service. Never miss it. With God's help, it keeps us going every week. From Kirsel Kahayag.
Yes.
Hey, thank you so much for
Great
all of your comments, everybody.
I think our winners are ready. So can I get a drum roll, please? The winners for today are
Amy,
Janaya,
Janae, Janae, and Kathleen.
Congratulations!
Yes.
Remember to, you want to say it?
Sure. Make sure to DM us on Instagram or email us at info@incmedia.org so we can get your prize to you. Now, to wrap everything up that we've discussed today, whether you are in school, at work, raising a family, or just trying to figure life out, don't forget that your spiritual well-being needs to be taken care of as well.
Yes, and the best way to take care of your spiritual health isn't through distraction, it's through His words, through worship services, and through prayer.
Yes, now thank you so much for hanging out with us on incmedia Live. We hope that today filled your spiritual cup a little bit more.
And if it did, make sure you share this episode with someone who might need it, because you can never know who could use a little spiritual boost today.
That's right, and remember that we are here with you.
For you.
Every week, every single Friday.
Keeping you uplifted and inspired.
With your favorite incmedia content.
Bye! You gotta do it.
How could we forget Pet Corner? Let's see, Pet Corner.
Where's the graphic?
Where is it?
Where's the graphic?
Where's the Pet Corner?
I hear this.
Oh, there we are. All right. Oh, that's okay. All right, everybody, meet Matcha. Now, you're probably thinking,
Everyone say hi, Matcha.
He must be a green dog. He is not. He is a dog. No, as you can see, he's definitely not green. He is from Lemoore, California, but he's currently staying with his fun auntie in the SF Bay area. He just finished his vaccinations last month, so he is a true baby. There's his fun auntie Dimple. He just finished his vaccinations, which means he is very new to life. Everything is new, exciting, and fun. Look at him trying to chew up the warning labels on the furniture. So far, he loves wrestling with stuffed animals, just like that. Look at him.
I think he's winning.
Yeah, I definitely think he's winning. He has zoomies. He loves smelling branches, laying down on his snuffle mat, trying carrots, sniffing
healthy.
grass, and chewing up everything, be it ankles, shoes, knitted sweaters, whatever it is, he's chewing it up. So he also really likes to climb things, including his playpen and his crate.
Yes, you know, Matcha is also super fast. He's so fast. It's like he's a magician, you know, appearing on one side of the room and then showing up in another. But he wants you to know he doesn't believe in magic.
Oh, yep.
Matcha misses his family, especially his frenemy, Ate Reina, and his Ate Rosie.
There they are. Look at it.
Very
so
cute. He's so cute. Now, if you have a pet that you want featured, make sure you DM us on Instagram at incmedia news so we can feature your furry little guy. Or gal.
Girl, gal, whatever it is. Anyways, we will see you all again next week. Bye-bye.
Without change, you're gonna lose everything and not even realize it.
What do you mean?
I think that when you start to get complacent and comfortable, things will, you're not gonna take care of certain things the way you used to. It's just gonna get so comfortable that slowly things are gonna be removed from you.
Because nothing's changed.
Nothing's changing. You know, when nothing's changing and you're just doing the same thing over and over, expecting it to just be there, slowly things will start. Maybe it's a marriage. Maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your relationships. When you don't change, when you don't grow, and you stay stagnant, then slowly these things might be changing, might be growing.
Might be leaving.
Might be leaving.
And you don't even know it.
You turn around and you're like, where'd everything go? And you're like, I deserve this. Why isn't this here? And you get stuck.